Official live gameplay for the Expanse Osiris Reborn has finally been shown. During Gamescom 2025 this past week, Owlcat Games had a private booth set up where they were showing off a demo of an early build of Osiris Reborn. Luckily, the embargo for that private demo has now lifted and we are able to hear all of the thoughts and reactions from those who were lucky enough to get an up-close and personal first look at official Expanse Osiris Reborn gameplay. In today's video, we are going to be quickly going over everything that was covered during these gameplay demos and what we can expect in some of the earlier parts of the game. But before we begin, if you are looking forward to Osiris Reborn as much as I am and want to see more videos just like this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for all things Expanse Osiris Reborn and all things sci-fi gaming. Now, let's get right into it. To provide some more context on the gameplay that was shown, at Gamescom 2025 earlier this week, there was a closed hands-off demo only to some select journalists. These journalists got to watch the developers play the game. They didn't actually get to play the game themselves, but they got to see what a big chunk of the earlier portion of Osiris Reborn was like, and of course they got to write about their thoughts and everything they saw. And that's exactly what we are going to be going over in today's video. We are going to be pulling bits and pieces of information from a lot of different publications that were able to watch this gameplay demo, such as Polygon, Epic Games, and Space.com. The links to all the current articles regarding this Expanse Osiris Reborn gameplay will be in the description if you want to read all of them and get a good sense of these articles in detail for yourself. But this video, we're going to be highlighting some of the most important new things that we have learned about the gameplay for the Expanse Osiris Reborn. And luckily, it all seems extremely positive from what these articles had to say. So let's get started. Just as a quick reminder, the Expanse Osiris Reborn takes place during the first 2 books of the Expanse series, or the first 2.5 seasons of the show. So keep that timeline context in mind as we go over some of these things. And before we proceed, there are some light story and gameplay details revolving the Osiris Reborn, so if you want to go in completely blind, I would come back and check out this video later potentially. But you have been warned, let us begin. As we already know, you get a customizable Captain of the Gemini as the player character, along with the identical twin, who are both mercenaries for Pinkwater Security. You get to customize their origin, gender, and presets like marksman or officer for assault rifles or snipers, things like that. Very base gameplay stuff. Your twin, who we now know is named Jay, whether it's male or female, will be an identical twin to the player character, which means they will look exactly like you, but we also know that we are going to be able to customize a few things about them, so there will be a few key differences with the twins, but for the most part they will look exactly the same. It has now been revealed that the branching main story that we are going to be playing through is about 20 to 30 hours, and it also runs parallel to James Holden's story from the books or the show, which means that this game probably starts at around the same time that the Canterbury is destroyed in Season 1, and will end likely right before the Ring Gate is formed in the Sol system. It's going to be a bit interesting to see how time passes in this game, because 20 to 30 hours of main story gameplay doesn't quite seem like enough to fill all that event that happens between Season 1 and Season 2.5. We know from the recent trailer that was revealed this week that the player character and our first companion twin, Jay, want to take a vacation on Eros. And this gameplay demo did reveal that the main character and the twin visit the asteroid Eros when Protogen conducts their experiment involving the proto-molecule, and they escape on a stolen Protogen shuttle together. Protogen being likely the main antagonist faction of this game, like we saw from the main trailer. And when these two characters escape from Eros together, it seems that they then go to Pinkwater Station. We got a really good look at Pinkwater Station in the new trailer, and I'm very excited to check this out as a brand new Expanse location we have never seen in any media before. It was reported that Pinkwater Station is very lively and detailed, NPCs gossiping about the news, wandering around different activities, and seemingly having their own loops like they're real people. It then seems at this point in the early parts of the game, a Protogen ship follows you to Pinkwater Station. and seemingly try to invade it for some reason. And this sequence is when we really get to see some of the core RPG mechanics coming into play. We now know that you can find a way to escape the station sneakily and quietly, or you can convince the station commander to take up arms if your persuasion score is high enough. However, it was also reported that choosing to fight can have heavy repercussions. And if you do find yourself in a fight, companions have special abilities to aid you during gameplay. Sounds a lot like a Mass Effect gameplay system. For example, our first companion, our twin sibling Jay, can take advantage of structural weaknesses like causing a ceiling to collapse or blow up sections to catch enemies on fire. I really love that. It sounds unique and awesome. And yes, along with that, it does confirm that there is going to be a lot of level design in this game where there are destructible environments, which seems really, really cool and very, very Expanse. Another way to get around the maps or make different choices or solve different environmental puzzles is the use of your mag boots, which lets you walk on any surface in 0G, and the camera will adjust accordingly. That is a super cool feature. I cannot wait to be walking around wherever I want. You can find crafting materials, money, and equipment while exploring different parts of levels and fighting. And some areas on different set pieces are locked behind skill checks you or your companions might have. And at the end of this entire sequence in Pinkwater Station, you can choose how you and your sibling escape back to your ship, which will impact what happens and your companion's reaction. All of this seems really, really great so far. I'm loving the vibe and how deep this seems to be going so far. However, it is reported that it seems that some of the animations throughout the game need work. Not to be surprised here, this is a very, very early build of the game and it still has a long way to go, so I'm not exactly worried about that quite yet. Throughout some missions, your companions will give some advice or their opinions on what they think you should do, and ignoring that advice or taking it will impact your relationship with them either positively or negatively. And companions you don't bring on the mission find other ways to help, like sometimes they will provide air support or activate turrets throughout the map. Love that mechanic right there. In some games like Mass Effect or Dragon Age, you really just get your 2 or 3 companions that you're allowed to bring along with you, and that's really all the squad that gets to do. But now it seems like it's a pretty cool feature that you can bring your 2 companions along with you in this game, but also have some companions back on the ship or somewhere else helping out in the mission, so it's not like they're just sitting around doing nothing. Really love that detail. Also, a kind of small detail, but one that I absolutely adore, is it is reported that you can go outside of your ship. The Gemini, the main ship in the game, is going to serve as the main player hub. Think the Normandy from Mass Effect, but this time in very Expanse fashion, you can spacewalk outside the ship and walk around, and the environments in space are reported to be absolutely gorgeous. I know that's not the biggest feature in the world, but that is something that I think is just so cool, and I cannot wait to just get out and walk around the Gemini, especially since we can customize the Gemini a little bit and we'll be able to see that firsthand being able to walk around outside. Love that. And finally, the last thing that I wanted to mention real quick that's really important to me is that it has been said that the game so far has a solid soundtrack. As a fan of many video game soundtracks and especially the Expanse soundtrack, I'm hoping for some pretty good music to come out of this game and really just make that cinematic tone even better. But I want to know what you guys think. What do you think of all of this gameplay information that has been revealed so far? Like I said, the articles that I have been taking bits and pieces of information from to record this video are in the link in the description below. So let me know what you guys think, and if you want to see more videos like this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for all things The Expanse, Osiris Reborn, and all things sci-fi gaming. Thank you guys.